Greetings once again. Multiverse Soul Familia. It's Friday, and Fridays are all about relationships and community. Celebrating togetherness, but also forgiveness and blessing. So that is going to be the theme for this session. We're going to go into wisdom of the hidden realms for some areas of our lives that may require forgiveness. Not really required, but perhaps beckoning it from within us. And then we'll move on to the mystical shine for some blessing messages to follow. Alright, let's go. Into wisdom of the hidden realms.
Death's fleeting kiss, a guardian of humanity, wrapped in bliss. High priestess, rising, healing worlds unseen, turning pain into power, from shadows to gleam. Every scar tells a story, humanity her cause,
beckoning
echo of truth
for our forgiveness.
that makes the whole world pause.
We're gonna make a full pass.
When the storm broke, she stood like a flame.
We have one call
Her light and
coming
eruption,
out of
no
this full
life
pass.
was the same. She spoke of survival, of death's fleeting kiss, a garden of
The Lady
humanity,
of
wrapped in
Lightning.
bliss. High priestess, rising, healing worlds unseen.
There was a sudden shift in circumstances that occurred in our lives where we are being called and beckoned to forgive. A situation we weren't anticipating arise. Series of aha moments culminating in a pivotal flash of insight, causing everything to change just like that. Perhaps someone entered our lives just for a season. And although in so many ways they may have pushed us over, we didn't realize that these experiences are pushing us to new heights. Perhaps, to some degree, the collective may also be called to forgive ourselves for not putting out that brilliant idea much sooner. for not being prepared, for the difficulty adjusting to the changes. Not quite seeing the blessing just yet in that paradigm shift. However, great things happen when the Lady of Lightning appears. I'm feeling guided to make another full pass. And there we have it. 2 more cards came out with that full pass. We have the Chess Queen and the Winged Wise Ones showing up yet again. Forgiving ourselves for all those times that we didn't trust the process, and for all those times that we didn't reach out when we needed it the most. Forgiving ourselves for all those times we wrestled with God instead of just surrendering the outcome to Source from the very start. Forgiving ourselves for those times when we felt as though peace of mind was a myth until it wasn't. We're going to move on now to the mystical shaman. For the blessings of the essence and invitation that follow answering that call to forgive. I'm feeling guided to place the deck in frame and draw from the top. We have the beloved. The recognition of spirit in another and moving towards spirit through the other. It is when the divine appears to us in the form of our child, our partner, our friend, and we experience being in love. We grow. We start to recognize the beloved in everyone, not confusing their personality with their divine nature. Accepting the invitation to learn through paths of love, expanding your being through union with another. Yesterday, the mention of more partnerships of all ways, shapes, and forms coming into union. And here we are with yet another significant amplifier of that message. Expanding our being through union with another. When you recognize the beloved in another, you call forth their highest and purest nature. Follow the path of love. Follow the path of love. All right, from the top, the next blessing rolling in for us. Essence and invitation of the tree of life. Ooh. The tree of life. With those two cards combined, we have the number 585. We will be looking into that angel number in just a moment. To be whole is your life's journey. It's important to have deep roots and high branches. A tall tree with shallow roots falls in the first wind, but a tree with deep roots can weather any storm. What a blessing that is for us to find health and balance in our lives, reflecting on how you dance with your actions, your thoughts, and your feelings. If you are too much in your thinking head or in a world of fantasies and daydreaming, connect more with your roots and physical body. If you're feeling caught in mechanical doing and you're feeling stuck, not able to imagine a better life for yourself. Open yourself to be inspired by the heavens. Let your roots and branches be aligned with your heart's longings. Fridays are also for freedom and letting go. Let's see what other blessings are coming in behind the tree of life. After we take a look at the number 585 as an angel number, helping us navigate romantic relationships and avoid toxic friendships. When we see this repeating number, it's an invitation from the divine realm to trust our inner wisdom and embrace change for positive growth, according to numerologist.com. Thank you and much gratitude for that message from numerologist.com. It's also mixed emotions in our life, but the kind that we're being called to invite as a blessing and not be discouraged. This is newfound happiness that may also come with just a tinge of sadness somehow. But we're being guided to focus on the blessing attached to the newness within our orbits. From the top, we have thunder, more confirmation of forgiving ourselves, for not understanding how to embrace those paradigm shifts. With thunder, we understand the necessity of it. The essence speaks of thunder beings who live in the sky and call for your attention when great occurrences are meant to happen in the world. They warn when tensions in a situation are called upon to be released. Their presence reminds you of the dramatic moments in life that change everything, both awesome and frightening. When thunder arrives, it's also a wake-up call, one we will not soon forget. Dramatic change feels like a herd of wild bison on the run. We feel it right through our bones, and you know that you are powerless to influence whatever events occurred. And this is a time to be prepared now for anything. Your life is an adventure, and wonderful opportunities are arriving now as that blessing. The trick is to learn to run with them. Qualities that you'll need now more than ever are the blessings of flexibility, dexterity, and a willingness to experience it all without dictating from where or in what form opportunities will come. Just like with the chess queen that came out from wisdom of the hidden realms. Surrendering the outcome, but embracing that blessing. Our destiny is arriving. We're being guided to trust in the blessings right behind those tower moments and paradigm shifts. All right, now I'm feeling guided to go into the Kipper. And we're going to revisit what areas we may be called to forgive or accept forgiveness. And I just saw 2 on the timer. So the message with that, before I take a look at the angel number, is that whatever comes out, we're being called to double down on whatever it is. Forgiving and accepting forgiveness. Here we go. Into the Kipper. From the top, just like we did with the mystical shaman, we have areas to forgive, or where the collective is being forgiven. Bless with that forgiveness. Nevertheless, number 29. And we're being guided to not necessarily take the word literally. Especially as we take a look at 2222 as an angel number. Emphasizing the importance of maintaining balance in personal, professional, and spiritual realms. Maintaining peace, especially during challenging times. Forgiveness involving mutual respect, understanding, and spiritual alignment. Perhaps for some of the collective, forgiving another for a new relationship that hasn't quite kicked off just yet the way it was expected. Forgiveness towards disharmony in relationships. And when either you or another were not aligning more closely with the higher self or manifesting effectively. Let's take a look now at number 29. More abstractly, standing for something that is off limits, or even a secure place, not necessarily confinement, but a sense of confinement could also be relevant. But also a message in alignment with a separate message from this rising about forgiving oneself for isolating at times without a clear purpose. This is also forgiving yourself for those times when you felt trapped in a relationship, a job, or a situation and felt frozen by it. Frozen in fear, I hear. Perhaps even forgiving those insurmountable barriers or the illusion thereof. In the past, those paradigm shifts and the perceived barriers from the debris. For some of you, it's unfulfilled love, transactional relationships characterized by restrictions or resignation, and even, for some, forced restraint. unauthorized. Emotional imprisonment. The illusion of restrictions. It is forgiven. All is forgiven in all ways, shapes, and forms. Let's see what's behind that. Also in reverse, we have the coffin. Forgiving self and others for those times when there was difficulty putting things to rest. And in some instances, even difficulty embracing those growing pains. Also, I see difficulty shining light on a situation out of concern of you being the one put to rest. Forgive yourself for those times that you isolated and clammed up out of fear of serious negative repercussions. What more to forgive? Those high expectations that no one ever reaches. Oh my goodness. Those high expectations. Expecting the impossible out of ourselves and others. Forgiving ourselves for those times where we didn't pause, when we may have needed more time for observation and reflection, thinking things through. Impatience, and just not allowing things to ripen on their own accord. Something that may have lasted for about a 3-month duration of time. For some of you, forgiving yourself or another for an episode of impatience involving a partnership. And with partnerships steadily and heavily in our orbits, clearly that is an illusion as well that we need to forgive. Also, patience in professional matters come into play. No longer forcing situations, and it's best to just let things happen in their own time. All right, we are now going to draw this message to a close with some cards from beyond Lemuria for some insights and teachable moments as blessings to balance out the areas we are being called to forgive, or where we are being forgiven, nevertheless, in entirety. It's all being drawn to a close. And here we go. We're going to make one full pass, aiming for 3 cards total to draw this message to completion. And here we go. For the collective. There we have it. We have 3 cards on the table from Beyond Lemuria. We're going to begin with the card that landed with the image face up, although you did get to see the description titles for the other 2 cards. Now you had your sneak peek. And it's your turn to practice some patience with the expectation of seeing those other cards. Look at this gorgeous image. Just beautiful. We have unique gifts as a blessing for the collective. We all have gifts to bring to the world. If we all did what we truly excelled in and enjoyed, just as I am doing now, our talents and abilities would enable our communities and our planet to thrive. If you haven't connected with your purpose, look at your quirks. Oh, collective, the blessing is we're connecting more deeply with our purpose. Those quirks and what they are telling you. What makes you unique? Look for the positive sides of your oddities and traits. Things you may have considered shortcomings might be the qualities that enabled your gifts. Are there things you like to try or feel pulled to explore? More of that new is coming in for the collective. And now is the time to follow these whispers. You never know what they may reveal. The next card we're going to take a look at is Radical Expansion. That gorgeous dragon, it reminds me of a harpy. Like a cross between a serpent and a harpy. Like the vision of the harpy I saw as a child. And it actually had those iridescent scales and feathers. Perhaps it wasn't a harpy, it was something else entirely, but in my childlike awe, that's what I assumed I saw. Radical expansion. It's time for radical ways of being and thinking, and you can start by granting yourself the freedom and creativity to be you. More confirmation of the card to come before that. Unleash your inner rainbow dragon and unapologetically claim your heart-based empowerment and radiantly unconventional gifts. Just as I am now, beloveds. You don't have to be doing exactly what I'm doing. I'm just demonstrating that unapologetically claiming my heart-based empowerment. Oh yes. Embracing those unique gifts and callings. You can be as big as your energy wants to be. Let go of limiting stories and take up all the space you need. Have fun unleashing who you are. As bold and radical as your ideas or offerings might be, they could be just what the world is waiting for. What the world wants. Not the worldly per se. Be the masterpiece your soul always wanted you to be. And to draw this to a close, we're balancing things out, the external and the internal, with the internal explorer as well. So a balance of both for Friday and carrying on into the weekend. We have unique gifts, radically expanding. The macro and the micro I just heard. As within, so without. The internal explorer, when we stop looking outside ourselves and surrender to a soft inner focus, we have access to unlimited information and resources. When we stop thinking with the glass ceiling of our intellect, we have access to multi-dimensional wisdom from the collective consciousness. Everything is there within you, waiting for expression. You are invited to explore the state of flow. You are infinitely amazing beings who can access collective consciousness, especially when you surrender some control to the greater process, or get out of your own way. Just like that imprisonment card from the Kipper represents getting out of your own way, as well with that self-imposed imprisonment. Go within and explore. Wonderful gifts are waiting for you. So much more. And that, beloved, is the message.
An echo of truth that makes the heart
And remember, que sera, sera, whatever will be,
storm,
will
oh, she
be.
stood like a flame.
Que
Her light
sera,
eruption, no
sera.
life was the same. She spoke of survival,
Thank you for
of
listening.
death's fleeting kiss, a garden of
Multiversal
humanity
soul,
wrapped
Amelia.
in bliss. High
Amelia,
priestess rising, healing worlds
love
unseen,
you,
turning pain
love
into power.
you,
From shadows to
love
gleam,
you,
every scar tells a story.
love
Humanity,
you.
her cause, an echo
With much
that
gratitude
makes the
and
whole world pause.
appreciation from
That makes the
my
whole
heart,
world
chakra to yours. Brightest of blessings.